Dr. Anna Stern's 86-year-old father, her sister, and her uncle all survived the earthquakes but are now living in unimaginable conditions along with so many other people right in one of the hardest hit areas. And Dr. Stearns joins me live here tonight. Thank you for coming in. I can't imagine the stress that you must be feeling, that your family is feeling. We see these images out of Venezuela and it just looks like devastation, block after block, almost like city after city. Can you tell us a little bit about your family and how they're doing? You've luckily been able to be in contact with them.
Yes, when I first heard about what happened, I was actually coming out of the graduation of Reach Academy Charter School, and I was so happy at that moment. And as soon as I got out, I heard the news, and I was devastated to hear, and I couldn't get in touch with my family. My father, who is 86, is also taking care of one of his friends from university, who is 84 years old, who just got his arm amputated for cancer. So I knew that their situation was very difficult, but there was no electricity, so no antennas, so we couldn't communicate. So it was like 6 hours until I heard how that they were still alive. They were on the street for about 20 hours. They didn't have a choice other than going back to the building that didn't have good structure. It's not safe, but they don't have anywhere else to go at that age and with those conditions that they have. So it is every day is the unknowing if the aftershocks are, if the building is going to sustain any of the aftershocks. After a 7-point magnitude earthquake is expected to be for about 30 days. So we're hoping and praying and trying to find the people. There's the country infrastructure is so weak, even before any of this happened, that there's not enough responses to find civil engineers and construction workers or rescue workers. So the healthcare, everything has been so destroyed and so damaged through the last 20 years that this is just the last drop Venezuela needed. The people are suffering, and my family, my dad is still helping people like his friend, and we're hoping to be able to help them so they can continue to spread the wealth.
You have started a GoFundMe, by the way. I put the links out on my work Facebook page and on X. I'm at WKBW Michael. Every dollar, I mean, there are so many organizations right now that are collecting donations, but again, you just look at these videos and you see the destruction and you think, how do you recover from something like this? I know that you were telling our team earlier today, and you kind of mentioned it there, the situation is so dire in Venezuela prior to this, and now you've got not just the earthquakes, but then all of these aftershocks. There were more today.
There were more today, and I look at pictures of the last time I was there, and the 148 buildings right by the water, they all crumble in about 3 minutes. And you just can't believe it. I've never been through an earthquake. I've never been through anything like that, but just looking at how recent I saw that, and then see that they disappear. And the problem is the people that are buried under, I mean, the numbers are 1,700. That's probably not even close to what the real number is.
40,000 plus missing.
There's more than 60,000 people missing, and that's just the people we know. There will be so much more, again, because there's no infrastructure allowed to conduct all the rescue teams. So that's why I started this GoFundMe, and everybody's trying to do what you can do with your arms can reach. We're trying to help and make that a cascade, because sometimes we don't have ways to funnel all the needs that there are. So we go one person after another, and that's how we are trying to have that chain to strengthen into this country who's been tragedy after tragedy. I mean, January 2nd was that bittersweet. Nobody knew. Should I be happy? Should I be sad?
Right.
But what we knew is that nothing really changed as we expected it to be, and so the hope is there. And now, how long is it going to take for Venezuela to recover? It could probably be 50 or 100 years until we go back to the way things were, because we are far, far behind how we were when I was a kid, growing up in what we call paradise. It was like the perfect country in the world.
And you look at those, again, look at those videos, and it is just the beauty juxtaposed with the devastation. It is something to see. Every donation helps. Again, I posted the link to Dr. Stern's GoFundMe to help the survivors in Venezuela on my X account and on Facebook, and lots of ways to donate. I know every little bit helps. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.